His exact words were, "I think I was drunk when I made the post." The motherboard is missing like a screw or two. What is the PC worth once we're done with it? Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we're gonna be showing you guys the secrets of flipping and see if for 275 bucks, is there any room to make more money on this PC?
We bought this thing on Facebook Marketplace as is, and we're gonna make some slight changes, not adding a lot to it, and see if we can make some money. But before we do that, let's hear a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by GVG Mall, the online marketplace to gain access to some really awesome discounted game keys, and more specifically, Windows 10 licenses.
With Windows 10, it is so easy just to go onto the website using the link in the description down below, and then go to the Windows 10, click Buy It Now, add code TB20, then go to the checkout, put in your payment info, and then boom, you will get within a few seconds or a few minutes an activation code that you will go into Windows 10, put in the activation code, and it is fully legit. It will work out of the box, and you will have a fully activated Windows 10 license.
We use GVG Mall for all the PCs we build here at the Toasty Bros, and so should you. So definitely check the link in the description down below and use code TB20 to save money on checkouts.
So like we said, we picked up this PC right here for 275 bucks. We'll go over the specs in just a minute, but obviously it's Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, all those different websites and apps. They're gonna have all different one-off deals, right? They're not just gonna be one of the same computer over and over again. You're gonna get all kinds of crazy thrown together stuff, some really nice and some really bad. We've had some really bad stuff here before that we actually lost money on. So the ultimate goal here is to see how much can we clean this PC up, and then what is our like assessment value of it? You know, do we feel like we got $275 worth of a computer, or do we feel like we got $100 worth of a computer?
So let's go ahead and go over this PC and just discuss how we got it.
All right, guys, so I messaged like 5 people, give or take, on Friday. It is now Tuesday. And we had actually a couple people respond, and oddly enough, we're starting to get kind of known in the area. So we had our bro here, and you can't really see anything specific, but I asked if it was still available. He was asking $300 for it. And I basically said, hey, will you take off 25 bucks and bring it to us? And the first thing, are you actually Toasty Bros? I need to just take that off my Facebook apparently, but I actually had a few people message back and go, dude, no way. Like, you guys actually Toasty Bros? So, long story short, the guy said he was willing to do 275 anyway, so it's not like we got like a special treatment or anything. And the specs are pretty basic. He kind of just threw it together. You know, he wanted a new PC, and he was kind of upgrading off of some old stuff he had and kind of threw one together, you know, something like Matt and I would do. So we have kind of a somewhat older case here. This is a Cooler Master. We think it's like the CMB 511 or something like that. We're gonna need to do some market research and figure out what it really is, but no RGB fans or anything, very basic. He loaded it up with, looks like a bunch of black Roswell fans, and there's a Corsair one in the back. We have this nice Cooler Master. I'm assuming this is a Hyper 212 with the double fans, and ooh, look at that. Oh,
dusty.
The dust is real. And then we have under this cooler an i5 4670, which is a 4-core, 4-thread. It's honestly, you guys know we use the i5 3470 and the i5 2400 all the time. It's very comparable to those, like very slightly better. We have this wonderful little graphics card here. This is a GTX 763 gig, and man, look at that cooler. I think that's isn't that like a Lenovo or like a PNY like stock cooler? It says Asus, but yeah. I want to say that's like an OEM cooler for something. I don't remember what, but one of those like pre-book companies. I feel like I remember seeing these before. You can see it's actually being adapted. I guess the power supply that's in it doesn't even have VGA. We'll have to find, oh wait, it does. Okay, I see what he did here. It only has one. It literally has like one, it looks like 6-pin. And so he had to adapt another 6-pin for it. So hopefully we can clean that up, because that's pretty ratchet.
Jank.
We might be able to find some sleeve cables that we have extra, because luckily that's a luxury that we kind of have. It looks like we have a GAZ97X motherboard, which is actually a fairly high-end board. I mean, look at the heat sinks on this thing, and it's full size. This was kind of a commodity to have back in the day. With 4th gen, this would have been pretty expensive for the board. So that's definitely a plus that we have here. And also, get a peep of that back here, Matt, with the amount of like USB ports and everything. This is pretty high-end for its time. You gotta remember, USB 3 actually had just came out right around 3rd gen, and it wasn't the most popular thing. So this is pretty cool that it has all these ports. Our graphics card also is a big plus. You can support up to 4 monitors. Not that you'd want to do that, but the fact that it can is definitely pretty cool. And something that Matt and I both pointed out right away is check out this RAM configuration. I believe we have 8 gigs. It looks like it's SK Hynix, 2 4-gig sticks. We'll check in a minute once we actually take the PC apart, but it is in slot 2 and 4, and really it should be in like, I guess technically 1 and 2. So the two gray slots basically, rather than being side by side, so that it splits the channel up. And they usually, so that it is in the same channel. They usually color code the channels. So not really the most ideal way to do that. Another thing that's cool is, wow, this board has LED readout. That's fancy for that time, I'll tell you what. And now I think we can go ahead and go around to the back and also our storage situation. So he basically, his exact words were, I think I was drunk when I made the post. That's what he told me. Really nice guy, by the way. But basically, this came with a Western Digital 240 gig SATA SSD, like just kind of shoved in the basement. And then he messaged me randomly and was like, hey, I forgot to give you guys storage. And so he gave us a 250 gig Samsung 850 EVO. And so it's supposed to be like 500 gigs total, right? Or 500 gigs give or take. And I think he thought he didn't give us any at all. So I don't really know at this point if this is extra or just whatever. And wow, I just noticed that this is a really nice power supply.
I was going to say, the power supply is actually really nice.
Dude, that is huge. So that's actually an EVGA Nex 650 gold, which I'm not super familiar with that lineup, but it's 80 plus gold, and it's a little bit older, but
all I can think of is he just lost the extra cables.
It's fully modular. He lost the cables. I think, though, we might be lucky and have some extras, or worst case, like I said, we can always just keep that adapter and literally just run some sleeved PCIe connectors, because we usually have some extra sleeve cables here and there. But obviously, we're going to go through, clean up the cable management. It definitely needs some dusting. We might try to remove that sticker up top, maybe. I don't know. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. We definitely need to go through and like clean up this fan situation. He also said something about like the fan being loose. The motherboard is missing like a screw or two, and the cooler seems like it could be a little bit loose. So we're just gonna take that off, new thermal paste, clean it, make everything look good. And then from that point, we're just going to see what is the PC worth once we're done with it.
Alright guys, now that we have this PC all cleaned up and ready to go, let's talk about a couple benchmarks real quick. Now we decided to test this PC in a couple of esports titles and a high-end game to show the limitations of this PC at the end of the benchmark run, but the main games we tested were Fortnite, Apex Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, and that AAA title I mentioned was Cyberpunk. First up in Fortnite at 1080p on performance mode, we ended up getting an average of about 100 plus FPS, most of the time about 120 plus FPS. The CPU was definitely the bottleneck when running in performance mode. When you're running an older 4th Gen i5 like this that's just a quad core, you're definitely going to get held back in some games. Of course, the 760 is also a bottleneck. It is an older GPU, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. But if you are running games that are more CPU dependent, you are going to experience a little bit of stutter here and there, but you can still yield some pretty good FPS numbers, as you can see right here in Fortnite. Now in Apex Legends, which is an esports title but is more GPU demanding, 1080p very low settings, we end up getting an average of about 50 to 60 FPS. Now the issue with the 760 is the same issue with a lot of 7000 series. There is no official driver support, so any newer title that gets regular updates, the performance is going to start going downhill, especially if they make some modifications to the game engine. 7000 series cards are going to really struggle, but considering we paid only around $270 for this PC, it's ideal for esports titles. I mean, it comes with a custom case, it comes with a 760, it comes with CPU, and it is slightly upgradable. I think for the price, the performance is really there, especially for what we actually paid. We also decided to drop down to 1600 by 900 to see if there was any sort of difference, but the 760 was still the bottleneck in the system. You could go 720p, but really with a 760, I mean, I really didn't think about going 720p. I figured most people want to game at least 1600 by 900 with one of those cheap like Scepter monitors or 1080p, but if you really wanted a locked 60 FPS, I'd be willing to bet 720p will get you there really, really close. Next up in Rainbow Six Siege, using the built-in benchmark on medium settings at 1080p, we end up getting an average of 104 FPS. I really think games like Minecraft and the games we've tested like Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege, Apex, Valorant, all those games, you can definitely play on a PC like this with a 760 and 4th Gen i5. On paper, those specs don't look great, but the 760 does a lot better than I thought it would and actually yields some pretty good performance numbers. Now, you are going to be limited in higher end and newer games, and I know a lot of you guys want more transparency on that when we do our budget PC builds. If you're gonna play a high-end game like Cyberpunk, you're not gonna have a good experience. As you can tell with the builds, the benchmark on low settings at 1080p, we yielded 18 FPS. This is an example of a new game that, one, is going to have newer architecture and newer things that the drivers on the 760 right now just simply won't support, and also the 760 is an older card. Regardless of driver optimization, I don't think it's gonna run a game like Cyberpunk or any of the newer games out there like Warzone, especially with the latest version. You're going to have some problems getting 60 FPS, but again, pick this thing up, $270 in today's market. I think that's a pretty good buy. Now we're going to go ahead and wait a couple days and see if we can actually sell this thing for a little bit more than what we paid to see if actually selling a PC on Facebook Marketplace or buying and cleaning up and repairing a PC and flipping it is a good business for you to consider. So let's go ahead and wait a couple days and see what happens.
Alright guys, so we were actually getting ready to do this outro today. It's been about a week since we filmed that video where we upgraded the PC and everything, and as you can see there is no PC here, and that is because we just happened to sell it about an hour before doing the outro for this video, and it was quite difficult, to be honest. I'm actually like one of the top rated sellers in our area for Facebook Marketplace, and even with that under my belt, I started the listing off at $400. Keep in mind, the only money Matt and I really put into it was like new thermal paste, some labor and cleaning, and then we put those sleeve cables that we had lying around. That was it. But we paid $275, did a heck of a lot of cleaning to it, which is professional grade pretty much, and we ended up selling it for $280 without the graphics card, but added 8 more gigs of RAM. So yeah, is it really worth doing that or trying to do that for a living?
It can be very hit or miss, unless you find absolutely amazing deals where you have to put in very little effort. For you to make a good return, you're gonna have to invest more money into the PC. As you can see right here, the guy wanted something different, even though we were able to keep the graphics card, which I'm gonna grab it real quick, it's sitting right over here. Hey look, here's the graphics card. We still got the 760, so in return, I mean, we have this graphics card that we can use in another build in the future, and if you're just a single person like flipping PCs, then yeah, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. I can use this for another build and to get my profit from that build instead of the build we already did. So long story short, it is definitely a grind to sell on Facebook Market. You probably can't do it for a living unless you're getting really good at it and do it as a side hustle for a while and build it up over time. But yeah, it was cool to see what we could do by buying a PC, just doing a little bit of modification to it and then trying to sell it locally. And I think it was an okay experience.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
And funny enough, that guy actually just happened to kind of come in off the street. He saw my Facebook listing, but happened to know that we own PC Bros, so he actually just showed up at our store, PC Bros.
PCBros.tech is our website for PC Bros, where you can buy gaming PCs, gaming laptops, and a bunch of other fun stuff. And yeah, go to the website or come in person and do that. Yeah, gaming PCs. Use code ToastyBros2 and check out and save 2%. See you guys later. Goodbye.